Hello, my name is Chloe Banner, and today I will be presenting a thesis proposal about how childhood trauma impacts the choice of college major. The purpose of my study is to see if there is any correlation between adverse childhood experiences and declaring a social science major. So, what are ACEs? If you're unfamiliar, adverse childhood experiences are defined as exposure to physiological, sexual, or physical abuse, or household dysfunction in the form of substance abuse, mental illness, violence against mother or stepmother, or criminal behavior, all before the age of 18. In order to determine someone's ACE score, they will take a 10-question survey, and each yes to a question represents 1 point. So if someone has an ACE score of 2 out of 10, that means they were exposed to 2 adverse childhood experiences. As the number of ACEs increases, so does the likelihood of engaging in risky behavior like drug or alcohol abuse, smoking, or overeating, which can lead to heart disease, cancer, or stroke. But it's not all bad news with ACEs. Individuals with higher ACE scores have been shown to have higher levels of empathy and compassion. This leads to them engaging in prosocial behavior to alleviate the suffering of others, which they are more likely to do than people who have not experienced ACEs or have lower ACE scores. Some helping professionals are motivated to pursue a career to help others, partly because of childhood trauma. This can be to make sure someone doesn't go through the same thing they went through, or to master their own trauma through helping others. Social work majors, on average, report experiencing more ACEs than other majors, and the odds of majoring in social work are 2.88 times higher for students who have experienced at least one ACE compared to a student experiencing no ACEs. ACE scores are lowest among non-social science majors compared to social science majors and human service majors. Students who report 4 or more ACEs are 3 times more likely to major in a social science major than a non-social science major. This leads to my hypothesis that students with higher ACE scores are more likely to declare a social science major compared to their peers with lower ACE scores. In order to determine this, I will be surveying juniors and seniors at Brevard College, excuse me, who have declared a major. I will separate the majors that Brevard College offers into 2 different bowls, one with non-social science majors like biology or chemistry, and one with social science majors like psychology or criminal behavior. I will then draw 3 slips of paper from each bowl, which equals 6 majors in total. I will reach out to some professors with a corresponding class to each major, and we will find a time that works best for me to come and give the students in that class my survey. The survey that participants are going to be asked to complete will be 3 parts, and they will complete it in Qualtrics. Part 1 will ask participants to recount adverse childhood experiences, and an example of a question in this section is, before the age of 18, did a parent or other adult in the household often or very often swear at, insult you, or put you down? Or act in a way that made you afraid that you would be physically hurt? If a participant answers yes to either of these sections, then they will be given a point for the whole question. Part 2 will ask participants to choose their declared major from a provided list and indicate their agreement with statements on a 5-point Likert scale. An example of a question from this section is, please rate your agreement with the following statement on a scale of 1, strongly agree, to 1, strongly disagree, or 5, strongly agree. I chose my major because I wanted to make a difference in my community. Part 3 will collect demographic data. Since this is just a proposal, I have not collected results yet, but I do have IRB approval and will be collecting data next semester. So for now, I have predicted results of what I think will happen, hopefully, in my study that will align with my hypothesis. Previous research has found that the 25 to 34-year-old age group has a mean ACE score of 1.98. And I predict that the mean reported ACE score for non-social science majors will align with this, even though they are likely to be of a little younger of an age. And I predict that the mean reported ACE score for social science majors will be higher than 1.98, and you can see this data in my graph. I'm very excited to work on collecting data next semester, and I hope you all enjoyed my proposal. Thank you so much.